Okay guys, I'm here for another retro review. Just a random retro show, meaning a show that's aired in the past. I don't mean, and those can be even more recent retro shows too. It just is a past show from WWE, WCW, or if I feel like maybe ECW. But that would be rare. So the subject of today's retro review is Fall Brawl 1993, which took place on September the 17th, 1993 from the Astro Arena in Houston, Texas. There are 8 matches on this card, so the maximum this card can get is a 40 in terms of star rating. We open up with the WCW World Television Championship match. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat taking on Lord Steven Regal in a very good match. Steamboat and Regal, two very good workers, and they had a very good match. In fact, they had another really good match at that year's Starrcade. So, yeah. This is a lot of back and forth action. And I think it has an extended time limit because I think it goes more than 15 minutes. So it had more than a 15-minute time limit going for it. Finish eventually comes when Steamboat is skinning the cat after being thrown over the top rope. And then Sir William hits him with his umbrella. And then Regal does a German suplex of a bridge to get the win. Like I said, good match. 3.5 stars. Started this show off on a very high note. So the second match, Charlie Norris versus Big Sky. Who is Charlie Norris? Well, I'm guessing he was WCW's version of Tatanka, as he's a Native American character. So I'm guessing he was WCW's way of trying to capitalize on the WWE success of Tatanka back then. But I could be wrong about that. And Big Sky is the guy who played Sabretooth in the first X-Men movie. This really isn't much of a match. It's half a star. Charlie Norris wins with a Bigfoot. That's really all there is to that. So next match, Too Cold Scorpio and Marcus Alexander Bagwell versus Paul Orndorff and the Equalizer in a match that's sort of a bonus match, as it was not a match that was already previously announced. Very good tag match. In fact, this show really only has 3 really bad matches on it. So, 3. That's a really good thing. But really good tag match. Is a traditional tag team match, with the finish eventually coming when Too Cold Scorpio hits the 450 splash on the Equalizer, who was Dave Sullivan. Like I said, it's a 2.5 star match. So, that's why we went when we went. It's a 2.5 star match. Okay match. So our next match is Ice Train versus Shanghai Pierce, who has a tag team partner Tex Slazinger with him. By the way, Tex Slazinger and Shanghai Pierce, if I did not mention before, both of them were the Godwins. Tex Slazinger was Phineas Godwin and Shanghai Pierce was Henry Godwin. This is a half a star match too. Finish comes when Tex and Shanghai try to do a clothesline off a bull rope. Ice Train runs through it, then hits Shanghai with a power slam and gets the win. Half a star. Nothing really special. So then we get the WCW World Tag Team Championship matches. It's the Horsemen, Arn Anderson and Paul Roma versus the Nasty Boys. Very good match here. Nasty Boys had Missy Hyatt with them. This is the first time that Missy Hyatt had accompanied the Nasty Boys to ringside. This is a very good match. It's a 3-star tag match. The Dudley Boys, the Nasty Boys said in an interview earlier they were going to win with a top rope bulldog, which they do try, but that gets broken up. Finishes eventually, Paul Roma hits his swan dive splash onto one of the Nasty Boys, and then I think it's Knobs, and then Sags drops the top rope elbow, which allows Knobs to pin, Roma, and the Nasties win the tag titles. good match, 3-star tag match. So then we get a very special bounty match, as it's Cactus Jack versus Yoshi Kwan. This is part of the storyline between Cactus Jack and Vader that started in April of 1993 and went through Halloween Havoc that year. So, yeah. This is not a good match. It's half a star. Cactus wins with a double arm DDT. Simple as that. So then we get the WCW International World Heavyweight International World Championship match. What is the WCW International Championship? Well, essentially, in 1993, WCW had the WCW title and the NWA World title. And they had 2 world championships, but they didn't want to have the NWA world title around because they wanted to break away from that. So they took the NWA world title and named it the WCW International World Championship. That's what this title is. And the match is Ric Flair versus Rick Rude in what is the best match on this show. This is a tremendous match. It's 4.5 stars. Which makes a lot of sense. Rick Rude was a phenomenal in-ring worker with Ric Flair. Found to be a good match, and this is. The build-up to it had a lot to do with Rick Rude trying to get Fifi from Ric Flair, but the match itself is really, really good. Finishes eventually. Flair's got the figure 4 on Rude, but the referee's distracted. Rude goes into his tights, picks up some brass knuckles, and hits Flair in the head with it, which allows him to score the win and win an International World Championship, which was his first world title. And only world title, if I'm not mistaken. No, because I think he would win it again in 94. But, yeah, he won it in 94 again, but they had to forfeit that due to a back injury, and that was the last time and that was the last time Rude had held a world championship. Like I said, great match, 4.5 stars, best match on this show. So it's our main event. It's War Games, as it's Sting, the British Bulldog, Dustin Rhodes, and the Shockmaster versus Vader, Sid Vicious, and Harlem Heat. This is an average this is an okay War Games. It's 3 stars. The Shockmaster is, of course, Typhoon from the WWE, and he's probably arguably known for the single biggest botch in wrestling history, or at least in WCW anyway, in terms of how the character was introduced on a Clash of the Champions, where during a Flair for the Gold interview segment, where Sting and the British Bulldog were introducing their tag team partner, and the Shockmaster basically fell through the wall. And it turned a part of, they made the Shockmaster this one-off, which was supposed to be just a one-off character for this event. They turned him into basically a buffoon in the ring in a way. Like I said, this is a 3-star match. I believe I explained the rules to War Games in a Wrestle War review that I did. But just in case, the rules of War Games are each team consists of 4 or 5, in this case it's 4 men, and one man from each team starts for an opening 5-minute period. At the end of that 5-minute period, a coin toss is held, and the winning team of the coin toss will receive a 2-on-1 advantage and have the man advantage throughout War Games. So that makes it 2-on-1, then it becomes 2-on-2, then 3-on-2, then 3-on-3, then 4-on-3, and then 4-on-4, which then the match can end. And it can only end by surrender or submission. And in this case, Sting and Vader start for their respective teams. No, it's Dustin Rhodes and Vader who start for their respective teams, and Dustin Rhodes is injured, so he's not the one who Sting's team originally wants to start because of the injury, but he sneaks away. And then Vader's team wins the coin toss, like most heel teams do in War Games, because it works. And And then they send in one of Harlem Heat, which is the guy who would become Stevie Ray. In this case, his name is Kane. And that's a 2-minute period. Then Sting's team, Sting comes in for that 2-minute period. Then Sid Vicious comes in for that 2-minute period. Then the British Bulldog for that 2-minute period. Then Booker T, who at this time is named Cole. And then finally the Shockmaster. And once the Shockmaster gets in, it's a fairly quick finish as he puts Booker T or Cole in a bear hug. And Cole submits, which gives Sting's team the win. 3 stars. Okay, War Games. Certainly not the worst War Games. Not the best, but it's not the worst. It's a 3-star War Games. So, out of 40 possible stars, this show gets an 18, so it's very close to a C, and if you took out the 3 stars, the 3 matches that were half a star, you'd have a much better show, and you'd have almost an A show. But, given that this show is 2 stars away from being a C, it gets the rating of C-. So this will be in my Retro Wrestling Review playlist. The next one will be tomorrow, but I don't plan these out, so it'll be whatever one I decide to watch and then review. So, if you like the video, like button is down there, subscribe button is down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.